Apologies in advance, I'm losing my voice a little bit. Do you like sweets? Any sort of candy or confectionery, chocolate, gummy bears, jelly beans, the assortment. Most people on the planet have at least some sort of sweet tooth, and there are also quite a few that have a palate who enjoy sweet stuff going with savory things as well. Caramel corn, chicken and waffles, even PB&J to a certain extent is mixing sweet and savory flavors together in order to create something that's arguably better than the sum of its parts. But just because the sweet and savory combination is pretty common doesn't mean it should be done with everything. I'm not gonna pour a bottle of Mountain Dew on top of brisket or make a grilled cheese with a bunch of Skittles inside it. There are combinations that work and combinations that do not. You can't just mash a sweet and savory thing together and hope that it does the trick. Nobody taught this culinary concept to our good friend King Cobra in today's video. Yes, sir, that is right. Today we are taking a look at another one of King Cobra's infamous cooking videos in an attempt to figure out what the hell is going on in that head of his to make him think that these are good flavor combinations in the slightest. I guess you could kind of argue that his peanut butter mac and cheese was an attempt at a sweet and savory dish as well, but I think today's stands out more so. So enough flapping the gums, let's get into today's King Cobra video, Bacon Cherry Cordial Cheeseburger. Before we begin, make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 5K subscribers as our next milestone, so let's see how long it'll take us to reach that. And if you want to support the channel further, check out links in the description below to become a channel member or to become a Patreon patron. Thanks for the support.
What is up, YouTube? So, rocking out with you the long way, chilling like an old school rock star villain, and we got our pan heated up on the stove. I'm gonna make a Cardinal Cherry Bacon Cheeseburger for your sick entertainment.
So throughout the entire video, Cobra refers to cordial cherries, which, if you're not familiar with them, they're the little chocolate-covered cherries that have a little bit of, like, syrup inside them. They're probably one of my favorite sweets, but that's aside from the point. He refers to cordial cherries as cardinal cherries.
First thing you're gonna need is some bread for our sandwich bun. And we're gonna drop the bread into the pan on top of that grease. And if you think that just sounds ridiculously unhealthy, it's about to get worse.
I understand toasting your buns or your bread when you're making a burger or a melt. I've never done it in straight up grease before. Would it toast well in grease? I feel like it would just soak up into the bread and make it even soggier. Like, yeah, you'll have the bread crisp up a little bit on the bottom still, but then you've got all that grease just hiding away inside the rest of the bun. Like a little bow pocket of grease waiting to be bit into. It almost turns the bun into a soup dumpling of grease.
Now that my pan's ready to go, we're just going to take the bread and drop it in there just like that. Now all that grease is going to toast on the bottom for the inside of our sandwich.
I don't think I would ever want to eat something made in one of his pans. You can tell just by how he is. King Cobra is the kind of person that will reuse a pan probably multiple times, let burnt stuff get caked onto the bottom, and then scrape it off into the trash or the sink and reuse it, and only wash it like once a month. So everything you eat that's touched the pan has this gross burnt flavor to it because it's not properly cleaned, and you're eating pieces of God knows how many meals he cooked in that pan before this one.
Because apparently I don't do anything with my life. The guitar playing doesn't count for nothing, apparently. Getting better at guitar and working on my temper. I have a low self-esteem. I'll be the first to admit that. And sometimes, YouTube, it's not healthy to see myself or certain situations in such a cynical light.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know if he's talking about negative comments that he gets on his videos. Cobra, coming from me, an overweight, unattractive, unfunny white man, Sometimes you just gotta learn to roll with the punches, laugh it off, shrug it off, but at the end of the day, you're just you, not somebody else's perception of you. You are who you make of yourself. Why am I giving life advice to King Cobra? He doesn't care about this. This is the man that actively calls himself the R-slur on a regular basis and is completely serious about it. He doesn't want to make an effort to have self-esteem. And yes, if you didn't catch it, his burger is just a hunk of ground beef that he took out of the tube, squeezed it a little bit, and threw it down into the pan. No seasoning, no other binding agents, no nothing extra put into it, just pure ground beef and grease. Why is your burger burnt, but also not white, but sand colored?
We got our Oscar Mayer thick cut bacon, and we're going to take 2 pieces of this deliciousness. Use whatever kind of bacon you like. Drop it in there. Here's our delicious bacon cooking up something proper.
I don't want to be the guy to tell people how to cook their dishes, even though I've been doing that for the past 8 months now. I don't know what grease Cobra's using, if he just uses that term to refer to oil or butter, or if he's actually using leftover grease that he had stored, probably leftover grease that was just in the pan that he heated back up. I wouldn't make this burger, but if I were making a burger similar to this that had bacon on it, I would cook the bacon first and then cook the burger in the bacon grease. Soak up a little bit of that extra flavor and give it, a bit more juiciness to it. And while that may be unhealthy, it's still a good way to cook it. It's going to taste good as long as you do it right, especially since the beef isn't seasoned.
Start piling this bacon on 1 piece at a time. Now here's all the bacon piled up on top right there.
You can like crispy bacon, you can like chewy bacon, you can like whatever sort of bacon you want, but I think we can all agree that that is black bacon.
We'll take and push that bacon down just a little bit so that way we can make room for our next ingredients.
I'll zoom in on it a bit more, but you can see here that the bottom slice of bread is charred, the burger is charred, the bacon is burnt to a crisp. This man is going to make a charcoal sandwich. Despite the beef being burnt on the outside, the burger's not going to be cooked all the way through. It's going to be pink in the middle still. The outside of it is glistening with some sort of liquid, way too much for there not to be some sort of juice in there, and I'm sure that that juice is from the raw beef that has not contacted any semblance of heat.
I'll take a sprinkle of brown sugar and put it on top of that bacon. This will give it a nice flavor with that cheese. It'll caramelize with it. Oh yeah, now that's what I like to see.
When you're making brown sugar bacon, you don't just put the brown sugar on top of the bacon. You cook the bacon with the brown sugar on it for it to caramelize on top. Not just shove a handful of brown sugar on top of your bacon.
We're going to take our mozzarella cheese. Yes, please. Sprinkle it on top.
Hot take, shredded cheese, shredded mozzarella especially, does not belong on burgers. Sliced cheese goes on burgers. It's harder for it to melt consistently on top of a burger. With shredded cheese, you've got some shreds that are piled higher on top of others, so they're not receiving the heat. Some of the cheese on top of the bacon here isn't going to melt, if it's going to melt at all. I don't know how hot the bacon is still. It's probably not going to melt because it's not going to be able to receive any of the heat coming off the food.
Sprinkle it on top. And then give it a drop in the microwave, man.
Well, never mind, he's putting it in the microwave, which is also going to ruin what he wants to call toasting on his bread. You pop bread in the microwave, it's gonna get soggy.
So to help those cardinal cherries stick to the burger, I'm gonna use some Jif creamy peanut butter.
Yep. There it is, folks. You heard him right. You thought that you could escape from it. You thought that you could escape the last nightmare that he made. No, peanut butter is going on this burger, too. Forget just putting it in mac and cheese. Peanut butter is going on this cordial bacon cherry cheeseburger, too.
And I'm gonna spread it on our top bun Remember all that grease cooked under our top bun right here? That's gonna be where our peanut butter goes.
What was that legitimately just chunks of grease solidified on top of? Granted, this did not make me gag as bad as what Cobra or someone like Iron Wrath has made in the past. Solidified, cold chunks of grease on my bread.
There's that. Let's see what that burger looks like before I put the chocolate on top. There it is, folks.
Aw, hell yeah, he's using
Donnie's Stasheries.
There it is, folks. There's that.
Yeah, you can tell that beef was put in the microwave. Beef only oozes liquid meat and fat like that when it has been cooked in a microwave most of the time. There is a reason why you don't cook beef in the microwave.
Now we're going to take some of these chocolate-covered cherries. It don't matter which one you use. I got some Queen Anne dark chocolate-covered cherries right here.
He's using the good cordial cherries too, come on! Also, I just noticed that he's got chips of black nail polish on his hands, and now I'm really wishing that I had either repainted my nails or let this chip off all the way before recording this. Any semblance of matching any aspect of my appearance with King Cobra is something I do not want to do.
There is 4 left in this tray. I attempted this recipe last night, and the recipe turned out good.
Cobra uses the word recipe very, very, very loosely. A recipe is something that is concocted, that is thought about in a way to improve the dish. Not just slapping a bunch of stuff on a piece of bread and calling it a burger recipe. If that were the case, every drunk chef at 3 a.m. has probably created more recipes in the world than some of the greatest chefs. And yes, he did say that he made this burger the night before. So this is his second time eating this. I want to dissect Cobra's taste buds. Do they enjoy this? Or are they tricking themselves into thinking that this is supposed to be good because Cobra is so deluded that all his food is good that has psychosomatically affected his taste buds?
You take 4 of these cardinal cherries, place them on top. Now, I just stick them in the peanut butter, screw it. Now that we've got that on there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to squish these together a little bit closer so they land on the patty.
You monster. Abusing those beautiful poor babies like that. You apologize to those cherries right now.
Squish just a little bit. There you go. And so it begins. That sandwich looks thick, ridiculous, greasy, and unhealthy. Am I able to even pick it up at this particular moment?
Probably not, because the bottom bread of your melt is now probably not even bread anymore. It's just, wet.
Let's take a find out. Yeah.
Before he eats it,
Please consider the following.
would you classify this as a burger or a patty melt? Traditionally, patty melts are served on toasted bread, whereas burgers are served on burger buns. But burgers traditionally have thicker meat patties, which clearly Cobra has, whereas patty melts usually have thinner meat patties, often smash burger style. So is it fair to classify this as a cheeseburger or refer to it as a patty melt? Why am I asking you these questions? Because I can, and I think it's fun to think about the stupid little stuff sometimes so we can distract ourselves from this.
I got a bite of that chocolate and that peanut butter and that bacon. Oh yeah.
Every bite he has taken out of it sounds like a cartoon sound effect for somebody biting into an apple. Your burger should not sound like you're biting into an apple.
Bomb-ass cross-section.
Look at that lovely stray hair sitting right on the edge of his burger. And if you think this is the worst thing that we've ever seen in a cross-section of his food, oh baby, Just you wait.
This burger is massive. And this is the kind of burger your doctor's gonna hate you for eating.
I'm not going anywhere near this. Yes, I enjoy trash food. I'm not that stupid.
This is the kind of burger. Dude, that was righteous.
In no way was that righteous. The literal definition of righteous is morally right or justifiable. I would like you to tell me how any aspect of this is justified, how any aspect of this is morally right, not just from a culinary point of view, from a decent human being point of view. What person sits down and thinks to themselves, you know what my burger needs? Peanut butter and cordial cherries. Yeah, there's weird places that do stupid stuff like PB&J burgers and all that, but those are crafted recipes. Those are actual cooks making it. This is King Cobra sitting in his house, alone at 3 a.m., stoned out of his mind, concocting the worst imaginable sins he could create with his own two hands.
Thank you for watching my cooking video. If you like the awesome junk food that I cook, subscribe for more. Bacon Cardinal Cherry Cheeseburger. Yeah.
I like to believe that sound was the worm inside his brain screaming for help because there's nothing left in there to eat. And that is going to do it for this video, folks. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any other of King Cobra's cooking videos or any other YouTube videos or TV shows that you think are weird or interesting that you want me to take a look at. Again, if you've considered supporting the channel, check out the links in the description below. As always, thanks y'all for your support and sticking around, and hope to see y'all in the next one. See ya!